Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert, back with a slightly smaller form factor gear review for you. Let me dive for some props. A couple of 3 years ago, our friends at Universal Audio brought out the MkII Twin, and we found it to be soft and squidgy and lovely. This year at the NAMM show in Anaheim, they brought out the MkII Twin Mark II, and we found it to be even more squishy and even more lovely. Hang on, wrong props. The MkII Twin Mark I, the Silverface. Awesome box. They've sold dozens, if not tens of dozens. I'm jesting, of course. This has been a very popular unit. We love it. My one has been kind of a go-to in my rig here. Yes, I've got all these lovely toys surrounding me, but sometimes you just want simplicity and ease and loveliness, and this is the way forward. So, of course, you know what's coming next. Over here on the desktop, I have the brand new MkII Twin Mark II, the Blackface one we're calling it, and it's lovely. But it has a few new features that are perhaps confusing people. There's one that's confusing me, Universal Audio. Can't find that on your website. But anyway, we'll get to that shortly. Let's get up close and personal on the new MkII Twin Mark II. So here we are looking down on the MkII Twin Mark II, the Blackface version. And trust me, it feels every bit as good as it looks, if that's important to you. And quite frankly, this is where we're going to concentrate on in this part of the review. We still have the same levels of connectivity. They have uprated the preamps and the A to Ds in the two unison-equipped mic pre's. These sound absolutely fantastic to fall in line with the Blackface Apollo units. We still have a high Z or high impedance input on the front for guitar. We still have our headphone jack. We still have two sets of monitor outputs. These are now controllable, which is really nice. We have our power jack, our Thunderbolt jack, and we have the input for our ADAT optical connection. Very, very nice. However, where things get new and improved is down here in this LED strip. Before, we only had one row of LEDs. Now, we have two. Going back to the preamps, we still, of course, have our input selector, high-pass filter, phantom power, pad, phase invert, and our two-channel link. But now, if I hit monitor and go into the monitor section, we have a whole new row of LEDs. So the first one, our talkback button, and the first new addition, this little hole here, which is the built-in talkback mic. So if I press down on here and I talk, you can see it registering on the talkback channel on the Apollo console. Very, very nice. Dims my speaker level, and I can change that again in the Apollo console, which is very, very nice. I get this visual feedback telling me I'm in dim mode, so I'm not going to turn things up by mistake and then hit this one and just blow everyone's ears away. We have an Alt button, which switches between our two sets of monitors. Skipping over this bit, we have a mono sum, which is really nice. Again, visual feedback. And our mute. Very, very cool. Now, under here is a little LED marked FCN. And I cannot get this one to light up for love nor money. So anyone who's got one of these or has tried to read the manual, and I've tried to find a manual, if you do know what this does or how it works, please do let me know. I thought for a moment it might be something to do with connecting several Apollo units together. So I've got a twin here connected up to my Apollo 8P. But no, I cannot get this one to light up for love nor money. So if you do know the answer to that question, please do get back to me. Put something in the comments. That'd be fantastic. Other than that, it's business as usual. So the main thing, of course, they've done is they've given this baby quad processing. So if I go into system info, you can see here I've got my Apollo 8P, but also got my quad-powered Apollo Twin Mark II, which I'm hardly tickling right now, to be fair. I love the fact that this thing is now the hub, the center of my Apollo workflow, if you like. I can still use the two mic pre's if I want to. Some local mic pre's be very handy sometimes. I can do the speaker switching locally, or I can route out to my other Apollos, which is really cool. They've done away with the tappable main control pot, which I'm sure I'll get used to. But quite frankly, the other features that they've added really do make up for that. So once again, Universal Audio has done a cracking job of updating what has become a classic. The Silverface Mark I Apollo Twin, they're everywhere. I think this baby deserves to do incredibly well. Certainly the fact that you can now use it alongside, as you always could, an Apollo extended setup with things like the 8P and the Apollo 16. This becomes your monitor controller. This becomes your kind of your tactile surface for this stuff that sits around in a rack. Very, very cool little box. I love the fact that now we have the same quality mic pre's as we do in the Blackface Apollo rack unit. Same level of A to D conversion. I'm still slightly confused by that FCN LED in the kind of the readout that I cannot get to light up or do anything. Maybe Universal Audio want to chime in on the comments down there on that one. But hey, it's a thing of beauty. What's not to love? So no track from me this time. You've heard these units before. You've heard the A to D conversion quality. It is second to none. However, I'm pretty sure we're putting some more stuff together that's going to use a combination of the Apollo 8, the Apollo 16, and the new Apollo Twin Mark II. So I will see you again soon, very soon, for some more gear talk.